welcome to another fantastic live stream. It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jubline One Only here with...
This is Q.
And he is about to make a Jank Heroes Funnifyic character. That's what the new Jank Heroes is called. Ridiculous name. But what would you expect?
First, you're going to come up with a character name.
Hang on, hit pause real quick.
Sure.
Do I have to have the character finished in the 5 minutes, or do we, have the ability to go back and...
Yeah, you can pause and go back and do anything you want.
Jesus Christ. I've heard this song more times than I care. I'm just gonna
You got music to go with your character creation.
What should my civilian name be, chat?
It can be
Everybody in the chat.
It's whatever you want.
I know. I want to see their opinion on it. You understand people study here, right?
I don't know what the fuck you're trying to pull out here. Oh my god.
Boo!
That's really bad.
Alright. I'm trying to think of a civilian name.
Oh my god.
Oh, dice.
Oh, true. You're gonna need
Everybody
D20s.
just leave. We'll figure it out.
I really hate to. But if they don't stop, I'm gonna go and ask somebody to tell them to fuck off.
Oh, looks like we got one viewer.
So this is totally fine?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Get a better song!
I liked it. You're good. You're fine.
Civilian name. I'm trying to think of some funny name that can do with toads. What's a J name that is not Jared or Jacob or Johnny? No, that'll do.
Johnny? Nice.
Johnny Yahoo. Alright, I guess we can go ahead and start now that I've got that out of the way.
So does your character's civilian identity as the city of Spring? Then your character's going to have a superhero. Does your character's superhero identity? People in the game won't recognize
Yeah, it sounds quiet.
unless they witness you using your powers or wearing your superhero suit. Then you're going to have a 3-sentence personality description. It's a 3-sentence description of your character's personality.
3-sentence personality description.
Extreme Justice League said, "You can do it, superhero, from your crazy superhero heavy hitter from the Extreme Justice League." So, Extreme Justice League is like a real-life superhero group or whatever, and they jump in on occasion on the streams to self-advertise and also to give, you can do it messages.
And you're cool with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Thank you for the message. Appreciate it.
And what did you call it? A personality what?
You have a 3-sentence personality description. It's a 3-sentence description of your character's personality.
Let's see. What's going to be fun to play in this? 3-sentence personality description.
I like that it came in and faded
I'm
out.
about to rip somebody's head off and shove it in that trombone.
Very surprised.
Let's see. Personality description. Personality description. Let's see.
I think the biggest thing that surprised me is the fastest character creation was Jared. He made his in 15 minutes. The slowest I think has been an hour and a half. I think it comes down to when you roll for powers, how many powers you roll.
A mutated paranoid toad. Wait, we get to roll for the number of powers we have?
You can get up to 20.
Up to 20 powers.
Yeah, but it's your max whatever you roll. If you roll 1, you only got 1 power.
Jesus Christ, Jet. That's so unbalanced. What did Jared get?
He got 2. He has 2 powers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I better roll higher than that. I wish I would have brought one of my fancy dice with the funny text so you wouldn't be able to tell what it was. How to create a character. Mutated paranoid toad. Does it have to be 3 sentences?
Yeah.
Okay, a mutated paranoid toad.
It's all about your personality.
How is your occupation working in this?
Sometime in the character creation, it'll just straight up be like, "What's your occupation?" And then you just
So
say
I can
whatever you
literally
want.
do whatever occupation I want.
Yep.
Mutated paranoid toad. Let's see. Enjoys arcade games. Enjoys arcade games, and I'm trying to think of something silly here. Arcade games is pretty funny already because, you know, that's Frogger in Street Fighter.
Yep. And you're gonna end up running into Matt's character, I imagine, a lot. His base is in the Springdale arcade.
That'll work. Sure. Oh, right, it's still called Springdale. Like, you are literally one word off from the most generic name for a town in the U.S. Fun fact, chat, there are over, I think, 50 cities in the United States named Springfield.
Oh, nice.
Which is why the Simpsons live in Springfield, because you can't tell where the hell it is. Enjoys arcade games, and I'm trying to think of how to put this. Enjoys arcade games and causing traffic.
And causing traffic. That will be interesting.
He does it to trap supervillains.
In traffic.
Like they're driving around in their supervillain cars, and he finds out where they are, and then he'll stand in the crosswalk until the light turns green, and then nobody can pass him because he's a giant toad.
Like, how big of a giant toad are
7. If he's standing all the way up, 8 feet.
you? 8 feet? Okay.
An 8 feet tall giant toad. He also has a tail.
True.
Because I want him to. A mutated paranoid toad enjoys arcade games and causing traffic. Trying to think of how I can describe his personality with food.
Interesting.
Has sharp teeth, which he enjoys eating meat with. Alright, personality's done.
Ooh, solid.
Then you're going to have health, so you're going to roll 3d20 to determine your character's starting health. If your character takes damage, it is subtracted from your health. And of course, when your health reaches 0, your character dies.
So just 3d20.
Yep.
19.
Nice.
What a start. 8, so that's 27, 40.
Nice. Aiden only has slightly more health at 42. But you rolled higher than average, which is nice.
I roll that. If that's how HP worked in Dungeons and Dragons, I'd be set. Does this need to be like in big characters?
It doesn't have to be.
Have you ever considered making like a PDF for this?
Like a character sheet?
Like a printable character sheet.
It would be nice, considering the fact that we know exactly what's on it. The only thing that I forget to add to this video is the whole, like, major thing. So
The major thing. You forget one of the important parts of the whole thing.
The slash has been really popular. It's just a good way to keep up with it.
Yeah. Ooh, frankly speaking, 40 health, I'm okay with that. Let's hope my,
So in order to determine your starting living, you're going to roll 2d20. Your character's starting living can be spent to buy things and shops around Springfield.
Alright, hit pause. You should probably mention, like, this is why you need a character sheet, because that's really awkward design to have money. Like, if somebody's starting from the top and going down to the bottom, money being the second thing you do, especially after HP, is going to be really weird. I'm going to put it down here. But you know, since I'm in a game development class, I'm just talking out of my face there.
I think part of what makes
Do I have
it
a multiplier in this at all?
Nope, it's just 2d20. You got
Okay.
$12.
Makes sense, he's a giant mutated toad. Do we do cents in this? Or is
Nope.
it just straight cash?
Yeah, it's just straight cash.
Okay.
Max power usage of a game session.
Scavenger said greetings and salutations.
Subtracted from your max power usage of a game session. If you run out of power usages, you can no longer use your powers for the rest of the game session. You roll 1d20 to determine the max power usage of a game session.
So essentially, whenever you use a power, it'll be subtracted from your max power usages, and when your max power usages hit 0, you don't have any more to use. But then the next session, they automatically refill. Scavenger said, "Oof, I'm 10 minutes late."
19.
Nice. You almost got the max you could get.
Well, here's hoping I get 19 powers.
Well, even if you have 1 power, you can use it like 19 times. It's great.
So I'm assuming otherwise I'm just punching shit.
Well, if you can punch it. There have been a lot of ridiculous villains.
Maximum number of powers. That's the maximum number of powers you can have. That is determined by 1d20. Damage.
Okay, max number of powers is next. Roll 1d20, and it determines how many powers you get.
Alright. I'm gonna do... Is pretty much everything I'm rolling for after this stats?
So the thing right after this will be for each power you have, it can deal a set amount of damage. So you roll the damage for each power first, and then you add the effect for each power afterwards.
So all powers are basically damage dealing. Or
Yeah.
damage replenishing?
So what's
Like, can I
interesting?
use powers to heal myself?
Yeah. So if your power description is like a healing thing, you can use it to either deal damage or heal that much. We'll get a little bit more into that as it goes on, because one thing that I really stress is, let's say you have invisibility, but you rolled like a 10 for damage. You can either choose to go invisible, or you can like choose to go invisible to deal damage. Like, you don't always have to do the damage part when you do your power.
Okay, so like the idea would be you can go invisible, get behind somebody and just deck them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so now I roll for my number of powers. Hang on. I'm going to... Let's see, 1, 2... Here's hoping I have a bunch of them.
Okay, 1d20. You got 3 powers. You got 1 more than Jared.
Okay, let's see. Well, I'll just remember I've got 3.
Yeah, and then for each power you have,
At least I get to use them a lot.
you roll 1d20 to determine how much damage each one does. So the first one does 3 damage. Second one does 1 damage. That one does 14. That one's gonna do the. That's
Alright.
the one.
Let's see. I'll do 14.
Oh, you gotta do it in order you got it. So like the first one does 1, and then the second one does 3, and then the third one does 14.
Is there no reason I can't organize them?
It's, well, I didn't expect you to do like all 3 at once. It's supposed to be like luck of the roll kind of thing. You can use them in any order you want though, so it's not like too big of a deal.
That's So now do I decide what the powers do?
Yep, like after you've rolled the damage amount that it does.
Okay. So that's just going to be the next thing you say?
Yeah, so the next thing I say involves each power has a special effect, which is like a 1-sentence description.
Powers can deal damage or use a special effect.
Yeah, it's like you can pick.
Damage a power can deal. So let's say you have 2 powers. You can roll 1d20 and roll a 16. Your first power can do 16 damage or use a special effect. Then let's say for your second power you roll a 4 on the d20. That means your second power can deal 4 damage or can use a special effect. 1-sentence special effect description. You have one of these for each power. Powers can deal damage or use a special effect when used. Each power has a unique 1-sentence description or special effect. So essentially you write a 1-sentence description, 1 sentence, that determines what your power special effect is.
Okay.
I'm curious what the remaining 3 minutes of this video is going to be about.
So for the 1-sentence description, one rule that I had to impose on Aiden is like, you can have, I guess, like 1 comma. If you start going crazy with the commas and it becomes a run on them, like I feel like you're going too hard. The idea is that your power descriptions are really concise and really exact. So you want to make sure that the semantics don't screw you over of what your power is.
can I add special dice rolls to these? Like, can I say on a 1, it cripples opponent?
That sounds fair. As long as you're not like doing like weird multiplier stuff, I think you're fine. Like, because you can't change your damage and you can't change your number of powers, but you can do stuff that's like health modulation and stuff like that. And the cripple thing sounds fine. Like, if you roll a this for it, you like cripple and stuff.
Okay, let's see.
Scavenger said, I'm a monster. Woo! Because he's the gremlin guy.
Okay.
And Q actually went a similar route with a non-human character. He's a mutated toad.
Yeah, Johnny Yahoo, the Turbo Toad.
Oh, I dig the name. I didn't hear the superhero name part.
Yeah, let's see. I know I want something to do with a tongue because he's a frog. Well, a toad.
Oh, before you start doing powers things, I recommend utility is really good for a lot of these powers because all powers can deal damage or a special effect. So if it's a good utility, then it's just great to have. Also,
How's poison work?
how's poison
Like,
work?
can I say my 3 damage attack can deal poison damage, like, over the course of turns?
So that has been asked before, and I did deny it only because of the fact that, like,
They would want to put it on high power attacks.
well, that and also the fact that poison is, I guess, harder to implement because a lot of times it's one person playing against NPCs, so there aren't really turns. So it would be like, would it be every so many seconds they take damage, or would it be like every few minutes? There's no real like set rule on it.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
How do you do this if there's not turns?
You'll be like, I hit the monster, and I'll be like, the monster reacts by like being in pain, or maybe the monster tries to resist the power, they try to dodge it, and then you can be like, oh, well, did they dodge it? And I'll be like, no, they failed the check, and then you're like, cool, they got hit. I hit him again.
There's a part of me that doesn't want to make one of his powers involve his tongue, because that's going to limit his ability to use his tongue, and he's a frog.
Oh, also, feel free to be overpowered, like for real. Aiden literally can make opponents undo decisions and do what he wanted instead. He can
Is he
convince...
psychic or something?
Kinda. He can convince people to do whatever he wants. Dozer has an ability that can destroy collections of matter no matter how large. Jared can move things through time and space. Gerard has a thing where he can like literally know anything. Like he can ask all-knowing being questions. So I mean, going overpowered is a good idea. Especially if you end up in a situation against one of these guys, you would want to be overpowered. Let's see. Scavenger said he got a dope Black Panther shirt today. Cool. He also said grappling hook tongue, question mark.
That's kind of the idea. That's like part of the idea. I really wanted to be more utility than that because it's, you know, it's a freaking tongue. It can basically be anything. That's why I'm a little worried of putting it on power to deal damage. Is that something that it has to be, or can I just like casually use my tongue for stuff?
You can casually use your tongue for stuff. It doesn't have to be a power. Because you have a big ass tongue.
I feel like I should have, like, my super powerful power should involve my tongue, but does that, can I still use my tongue otherwise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to do like normal stuff.
Just making sure. Alright. So my 3 damage power is going to be jumps 100 feet in the air, dealing AoE damage on land.
Cool. So it'll just hit anything in this round.
Yeah. Including objects.
Oh, now don't forget. Well, we got a lot of overpowered people. I just want you to know. You probably want to go overpowered. You can be OP.
Don't
it's
worry.
Fine.
Alright. My 14 damage attack.
What is another overpowered example? I feel like I named a lot of the really bad
Grab
ones.
opponent with tongue.
Scavenger says he's the least powered. That's true.
And-
Scavenger turns people's shoes to mud and makes infinite blunts. He doesn't have a lot.
Like blunt.
Yeah, he makes infinite blunts.
Alright, here's my 14 damage. I'm going to grab my opponent with my tongue and eat them.
Eat them, holy shit.
I mean, they can escape if they want,
Yeah.
but they're gonna be like inside of my gigantic toad belly being eaten by gastric acid. God, that sounds awful.
It does.
It's perfect. Now I've got to figure out what kind of thing. This thing has to be super utility based.
Yeah, you really want to have good utility. Gerard
This
literally
this
has
last one has to be super utility because it's like 1 point.
Gerard straight up has a power that's like, I summon a butler who does things for me. Like, you want to go hard utility.
Okay, I got it. My
Scam-
1 damage power can communicate
Scavenger said,
with any non-human
ooh,
creature in its native tongue and do so with complete understanding of linguistics and dialect. Because fuck goat teachers.
you'll always know what they're saying. I dig it.
Always.
Scavenger said, oh wait, I evaporated a pool of blood with my blunts. Is that OP? Well, it doesn't sound OP when you describe it like that. The city got literally flooded with blood, and he made so many blunts that he could evaporate the blood from the city. But he also got everybody high.
That doesn't sound like a downside.
Scavenger
Okay,
says, you can speak gremlin now.
I can speak anything, Scavenger. I can speak toad just because I'm a freaking toad, but now I can speak literally anything. I want to make it more overpowered, though. Hang on. I haven't put the period yet. Alright, can communicate with any non-human creature in its native tongue and do so with complete understanding of linguistics and dialect.
Remember, you get 1 comma.
No, not yet.
In my mind, I was thinking you put a comma and then you go, and can send things to the side. Like just something totally unrelated to language.
Dialect.
Scavenger said, as long as they're non-human, awesome.
With one automatic victory in convincing them to do what I want.
That's really cool, because that's like the Winslow thing. Keep in mind, everyone gets at least 1 chance to resist a power, but it sounds like afterwards, if they like fail, they just do whatever you want.
Well, there's no reason to resist my power if I'm just trying to communicate with you.
True, like if you don't like sense that anything is like amiss.
Like, if there's no point in me using the auxiliary effect, I'm not going to use it. By the way, I didn't use a comma. Alright, I almost did. Alright, so powers are down. I'm like a super overpowered toad.
Location of your base.
Oh yeah, your base location.
Possible location in spring.
Are there any other stats that are going to come after this? Like any other things that I roll dice for?
At one point, you're gonna roll for how many potential sidekicks you can have and how many potential powers they can have.
So I'm not immediately going to hit pause because I haven't been following for like the past 10
Oh,
seconds.
no problem. I was just like, your base location. There's one of everything in Springdale, and I'm like, for example, there's the Springdale Bank, the Springdale Brothel, the Springdale Assassins Guild. Like,
Springdale just has everything.
yeah.
Alright. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out base.
Scavenger said, screw commas.
Grab opponent with tongue and eat them. That's still the best one. I'm gonna be like a grappler, but also a toad. Yeah, I basically made Alex, but in toad form. Alex from Street Fighter 3. You know, he does his jump things and his other shit. Okay.
Scavenger said, the Springdale Pond, question mark?
I was either gonna go with pond or swamp. So I'll probably do pond because I think it'd be hilarious to see like this adorable little pond in the middle of a park and this gigantic toad
Toad
popping
comes
out of
out
it.
of
It's
it.
like, sup. And by the way, I'm not just like a generic toad. Hang on. I've got it on my phone what I want it to look like.
Oh, nice.
This guy right here, can they see it?
They definitely can see it. It even like zoomed in to focus on it when you put it up.
Yeah. So I'm a giant toad with a tail and little spikes on my back and very, very noticeable blue veins.
Where did you find that?
Jacob, the guy who was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh with you, he also plays competitive commander, and his commander is a card I really like called the Gitrog monster, but it's an alternate art version of it. So I found the guy who did the alternate art, and I'm considering ordering the card. It's $24 for a card I own, though, so I've got a debate on it. I might just like make my own art based on it. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do Springdale Pond.
Scavenger said that's dope.
Springdale Pond. I certainly like it. Alright, so my base location is the Springdale Pond.
So now you got a one-sentence superhero suit description?
Suit description. I'm a frog. Suit. Here we go. I'm a damn giant toad.
At first I thought you were gonna make it, I'm a frog. So like you're a giant toad, but then when you suit up, it's like, now I'm a frog. No one will ever know what I am.
No one will ever suspect that the giant toad is actually a giant frog. No, he's just a straight up toad. Hang on, no, this will be fucking hilarious.
I'm glad that erases so cleanly. Like,
Yeah,
I'm very surprised.
It's for like charcoal, so it just it demolishes graphite. Barely noticeable eye. Hang on. Eye mask that completely conceals my identity.
I dig that.
It's like, literally, I just put it on and it's like, holy shit, where'd Johnny Yahoo go? What are you doing here, Turbo Toad? Ribbit.
I dig that.
Alright, what's next? Vehicle of choice? I'm a giant toad, I just jump everywhere.
Ooh, I guess this will help you consider power usages at least.
I mean, I'm just like regular jump, not 100 foot jump. No, I'm gonna change that. It's 1,000 foot jump now.
There you go. And remember, OP.
Maybe I shouldn't have. No. 1,000 kilometer. No, 1,000 light year. No.
Yeah, it's like I
kilometers.
jump at the speed of light.
Why not? No, I could
Light
like.
speed jump would be OP. That'd be cool.
No. Jumps at speed of light. That'll do it. Jumps at speed of.
He asked, do you have a rival named Jake Yoo-hoo?
Jake Yoo-hoo? Is he just like sentient chocolate milk?
Sentient chocolate milk.
Like, the whole inspiration for the name is there's a monster in Aboriginal Australian mythology. I can't remember the first part of the name, but the second part is Yahoo. So it's like the Wahoo Yahoo or something like that. It's a giant toad with red fur and it eats children.
Yeah.
So I just kind of converted that into a superhero, but Johnny Yahoo doesn't eat kids, he eats supervillains.
I see you. And causes traffic issues for super.
I'm a giant toad, and my primary diet is evil. Alright,
He
so
said, do you? And then he said, what the fuck? He was very surprised.
did I eat supervillains?
I think he was surprised by the whole thing. I just think he didn't see that coming.
Alright,
Jumps
So-
at the speed of light.
vehicle. Let's see, vehicle. What is the vehicle gonna be? I'm trying to think, because I mean, you know, road rage, toad rage. I could
What
do
is this? Because it looks partially erased.
Oh, we got
Oh, dealing AoE on that.
speed of, jumps at speed of light, dealing AoE on land. So
Not Kirby. Scavenger says it eats kids. He's like, why?
the Aboriginal creature does.
Yeah, not common.
Johnny Yahoo does not. Johnny Yahoo Turbo Toad does not eat children. Let's see, vehicle. This is hard, because, I mean, being a toad, I don't really think... Can I have, like, a pocket hole as my primary vehicle? Like, I just drop it on the ground and I hop into it?
As long as you can describe it in one sentence, it sounds great.
A pocket hole
Scavenger said
that
nice alliteration.
slips into the toad dimension and allows immediate travel between known locations. And since I'm a toad, I don't wear clothes, so I just keep it like in my lip.
That actually is really dope. I like your vehicle description a lot.
The toad dimension.
Scavenger said, my vehicle is my little brother. He literally just rides his little brother's back. It's his, yeah, that's his thing.
All right, what's next?
Yeah.
So the,
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and write this section. How do we keep track of sidekicks?
So you'll find them over a time in the game, and they're NPC characters.
Lead is dead. Lead
Dead
is
lead.
dead. Anybody who just got my reference gets, I don't know, virtual high five.
Virtual high five. I dig that as well.
Sidekicks.
Oh, one thing to keep in mind. When you first start, your vehicle and your supercomputer will be in your base. So you'll have to go to Springdale Pond and then get your vehicle and do your thing.
Is my supercomputer water resistant?
It'll have to be. It has to be.
It's in a pond. It better be water resistant. Alright, sidekicks.
You have
18 sidekicks.
So this is one thing that Gerard and Matt both opted out of, but it really helps when you don't have a lot of powers.
So now I get to roll for their number of powers?
Yep. Well. Yep.
So, hang on, Paul.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so they can have a certain number each. So, like, if I roll 19, each of my
each have
sidekicks has
19
19 powers.
Yep.
They don't have collectively 19 powers.
Scavenger said maybe a cave under the pond could be an explanation. Kirby said pineapples. Then he said, hi, Chris Pratt.
Hi, Kirby. I'm in the middle of making Turbo Toad. By the way, Star Allies. 15.
Nice.
Shit. I hate that these sidekicks are more OP than me.
That's what a lot of people have said. They're like, man, my sidekicks are just going to be way better than I.
I'll just make them like fangirls of giant toads or something. Alright.
Kirby said, yes, I am aware that I don't have a Switch.
You have to get one.
Oh, I'm just explaining it more.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have their own PowerPoint system that they all share together. And I think the next part of it is me, like, elaborating on that more. So I'm like, if you have, like, 6 sidekicks, but they all collectively have 1 power usage, then if one of them uses a power, they all are out of powers. Like, they all can't use them anymore.
On the plus side, if I roll low, that just means I have, let's see, 15 times 18. What would that be? Because that's like a lot of powers at late game.
True, you just have a massive...
20!
Like, 20, wow, your sidekicks collectively pull from like 20 different power points. That's cool. Scavenger said, yo, Kirby, next episode, you want to hotwire the ship and go into subspace sleep?
Alright, so I'm running out of space on this sheet. Let's...
So, I'm just going more into detail. Kirby said no thanks.
subtracts 2. So now your sidecase can no longer use any more powers and can spend all their power usages for that game session. Your starting floor is Springdale Apartments. 1d20. That's determined where your character lives in Springdale Apartments. So each character.
Why would I not just live in the pond?
Because everyone has a room at Springdale Apartments. It's part of the plot.
This must be an incredibly large apartment complex.
Yep, 20 stories minimum. Scavenger said, guess we will just miss the action. He said, lolite. And then Kirby said, yep. Right now they're on like alien planet with Jared.
Of course they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Apartment number. Do particular numbers on my apartment give me better advantages or anything?
If something has happened in someone else's story and it affects your apartment floor, then then it'll come up when you get back into the game.
So if Jared, like, for example, has, I don't know, like, a gay orgy on the floor I happen to be on,
Then you'll
like, I'm
run
gonna
into
come
it.
to, like, the walls covered in gauges everywhere or something stupid like that.
Yep. Scavenger said, and Tanker. Yeah, Tanker is also on the alien planet with Jared.
Who's Tanker?
Tanker is, yeah, on
he's,
stream.
He's one of the streamers. I was thinking it was going to be somebody we know in person. Alright, so now I'm rolling my apartment number. 16. I hope this apartment complex doesn't get knocked over.
It has already been hit by a car. From the sky.
I can't wait for this. Next.
Scavenger said, why gauges? Kirby said, Winslow did drive a Civic into the building. That is what he's referring to. Scavenger said, why can't it be normal jizz? Because it was a gay orgy.
Because, I mean, gauges is useless. It can't make babies.
Nerd Tanker said, jet in all caps.
Civilian occupation. This is your job, Spring, and your civilian identity. What your character do.
Kirby said, oh, hey, here he is. And then Scavenger said, yo, Tanker. Right now, Q is making his character for Jank Hero's Funnifyic.
Funny what?
Funnifyic. So I asked Jared
Not
to
Funnifyic? Funnifyic?
Funnifyic.
I thought it was Funnifyic.
That's because early on, I kept fucking up the pronunciation. So Jared gave me 3 words because I asked him, give me 3 adjectives, and he said funny, horrifying, epic. So I started the stream and I said, hello everyone, welcome to Jank Hero's Funnifyic. Fuck me, it's funny. It is Funnifyic. I do mix it up. I think it's exchangeable. You can say either one, but it's supposed to be horrifying, funny, and epic.
So far, aside from the lack of the gem system, this is basically the same game.
There are no 2s, you may have noticed.
As far as, like, things I can't do?
Yeah, like your powers don't have like immediate drawbacks other than the number of times you can use them and the number you can have.
Okay. So now I just get to decide my civilian occupation?
And it looks like there's a little bit more in the video after that.
I feel like exterminator would make sense. Like, I just walk up and be like, good evening, ma'am. Apparently you have wasps everywhere. Give me a minute. Just go in and eat all the wasps. Walk out. I'll take the bill later. Okay, yeah, that'll be it. I'll be a
Exterminator.
premium pest control. Let's see, pest control technician.
Scavenger says his character owns a weed shop. Kirby said, be Star-Lord, Chris Pratt.
I mean, it's a bit late in the game. It's a bit late in character creation for me to be Star-Lord.
You just suddenly have ended like, I am a galactic enforcer. Turbo Toad, the galactic enforcer, can jump at the speed of light. Can travel to any known location throughout the stars.
In basically 3.5 minutes. I mean, that's how long it is to the sun. I better be careful with that. I better, like, only fly towards things. Otherwise, I just kind of, like, jump into the air. I'm gonna have to be careful with that. We assume that I have complete and total control over my powers, right?
It's all based on the semantics of how they're written. Aiden was bummed because he thought he could undo anybody's things, like anyone's decisions. But the way it's written, he can only undo their decisions after they've been, like, fully done.
And stopping at any time without hurting self. There we go. Now I can't like fly off into space and die of lack of oxygen.
That makes sense. That's a good pick.
Premium pest control technician. Since I put premium in front, does that mean they pay me $1,000 every time I clean up their house of pests?
We'll see how much you get paid. It'll happen in the story.
Oh, okay.
Walking speed.
Walking speed is really important. There's no running in this game. You can walk though.
Starting items.
So your walking speed is going to be 1d20.
I'm just gonna say speed.
Scavenger says, are there going to be hella tie-ins? The more people who play, the more tie-ins there'll be.
Wait, I don't need speed. I can just jump.
Kirby said, is Bangzel in the background somewhere? He
Bangzel's
is. Can
over
you
that way.
hear him?
Of course they can hear him. It's Gerard. Gerard.
They can hear you. Like,
On
people
stream.
on the stream are like, is Bangzel there? And we're like, how did you know?
Gerard says hi stream if you didn't hear him. which
Kirby
you
said,
did.
I can hear him.
It's not recording.
It is recording.
17.
Just voices, though.
No, over here.
Oh.
He has a
Okay,
it's
17
pointing-
mile
it's
per
pointing
hour
towards
walking
Colin.
speed.
Miles per hour.
Kirby said, hiya. Scavenger said, I still got the fastest
Jet.
walking speed. Good to see you,
Bye,
JoJo.
Colin.
Catch you later.
Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Slater. All right. My speed is 17 miles per hour. That's not awful.
That's really good. Scavenger rolled a 20. He still is like the highest. Kirby rolled a 2. He said, please carry me. He once had
I mean,
to...
that's not bad.
Oh yeah, your items are a subspace communicator and a bag that can hold 10 pounds worth of items. That's pretty
Is
much
that the last
ends.
thing?
Yeah. And then
I'll just have inventory.
and I don't know what your major is.
I'll do my major before my inventory.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe, yeah.
One thing that I like about the fact that we don't have like a set character sheet framework is that everyone's character sheets can look different. Because like the way you did it isn't the way that Dozer did it.
But if I've got to look at somebody's character sheet,
You
for
gotta
a
look
reason,
around for their shit.
I've got to
yeah.
look around for their shit, as opposed to like if everybody started doing it my way,
Then you would immediately recognize like how it's going on.
and they would eventually get used to it. Okay, what do I? Let's see.
Kirby said I have actually had someone carry me before. Then Scavenger said,
Doctorate in Toadology, the study of literally. Let me respell that. I spelled that wrong. Literally anything I want to know about, because I'm a damn toad.
Scavenger.
This is great. I'm loving this.
Scavenger said I have had to give him piggyback rides a lot. Kirby said carry me, and then Scavenger said like so literally. He says, "Are you surreal?" This is actually like your most OP stuff, Colin. I gotta say, are your non-powers.
I don't know, the ability to just eat anybody.
I mean, it's good. Your vehicle thing is
Literally, it's
Really
basically infinite teleportation as long as I find the object.
yep. You can go wherever you want.
Let's see.
And
I don't
then-
really have any space on the on the front here for my inventory.
I guess it could be in this little box at the top,
Is the inventory that important?
if you wanted to be.
Fair enough. Let's see. 1, 2.
Scavenger said, "Don't eat me, sire."
Inventory. Yeah, I'll put it up here.
Oh, fair warning, fair warning. Don't fuck with Aiden. Aiden's characters made a lot of, like, NPCs kill themselves.
I'm just a toad. I'll use my power to communicate with him and make him do what I want.
Because you both have the same thing. That's really interesting. Kirby
And
said
then I'll make him make me not do what he wants.
Kirby said the subspace communicator can show you where things are if other holders are around. Yeah, like you can look through other people's subspace communicators to see what they see. So that can help you with the known location thing.
Alright, subspace communicator. Alright. 10 lib bag of holding.
Scavenger said Winslow threw away his communicator.
Why?
Winslow still has his communicator.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Winslow's issue is that he can swap bodies with people. So sometimes he'll go into someone's body and they don't have their communicator. It's Matt who straight up wants his thing off. Like, he doesn't want his subspace communicator.
Is the explanation for that?
He's just antisocial.
In a multiplayer game? Alright, what's next?
Scavenger says it respawns the next episode.
Where to communicate to others outside the normal confines of time. And also, as stated earlier, his role allows you to wear your superhero suit at any time. And your final starting item is item bag. Up to 10 pound worth of items. This is all you need to know to create the character in Jank Heroes Funnifyic. Thank you for watching. I will look at that.
Wait a second, I'm just a giant toad. I'll just keep everything in my mouth.
I guess you could keep the bag in your mouth if you want.
Why not? That's how I carry shit around. Okay. Is the 10 pound bago holding indestructible?
Nope.
Why not?
Because it's just a bag that can hold 10 pounds. It'd
That's
be
not
nice
even
if
a
it
lot of
was.
stuff.
It's not.
Like, I'm pretty sure I got more than 10 pounds of stuff in this bag right here.
You definitely do. So at the end of these videos, we always have the people like read their sheets out, like now that's completed.
That's fair. Okay. So it's complete now? Alright. His name is Johnny Yahoo, otherwise known as the Turbo Toad. He is a mutated, paranoid toad. He enjoys arcade games and causing traffic to stop supervillains. He has sharp teeth which he enjoys eating meat with. His HP is 40, his power points is 19, his speed is 17 miles per hour on foot. His powers are 1. Grab opponent with tongue and eat them. 2. Jump at speed of light, dealing AoE on land and stopping at any time without hurting self. 3. Can communicate with any non-human creature in its native tongue and do so with complete understanding of linguistics and dialect, with 1 automatic victory in convincing them to do what he wants.
Kirby said, wait, you only have 1 power? He
No,
just
I've got
named 3 powers.
I've got 3 powers. Alright. My base location is the Springdale Pond. My suit is a barely noticeable eye mask that completely conceals my identity, even though you can barely see it. My vehicle is a pocket hole that slips into the Toad dimension and allows immediate travel between all known locations. I can have 18 sidekicks, each of which can have up to 15 powers, and their total number of power points is 20. My civilian occupation is I am a premium pest control technician. In other words, people pay me a lot of money to come into their house and eat all of their wasps and roaches and such. And my major is a doctorate in toadology, which is the study of literally anything I want to know about because I'm a damn toad. And I start with $12 and live in an apartment on the 16th floor of the apartments.
And then he has the same starting items that everyone starts out with.
Yes. Subspace communicator and a 10-pound bago holding.
So yeah, now you're completely set up to start going on adventures in the universe of Jank Heroes Funnifyic.
And since I have the ability to speak to anybody I want, I won't run into the same Jank Heroes remix problem I had with freaking Goat Professor.
We'll definitely see. Scavenger said, greatest description in the game.
It is pretty great. Alright, that about covers it.
Yep. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like this video, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, ring that bell so you're notified whenever we do these live streams. And if you'd like to make a character yourself, you can check out our video, How to Create a Character in Jank Heroes Funnifyic, and it gives you all the information that you need. Thank you all once again, and have a wonderful day. This is your host, your friend, your boy, here with
Q.
Logging Out. Peace.